Hey everybody, it's Jekayln Carr, and you're tuned in to Rolling Out Peace and Purpose.
He keeps bringing me peace, purpose along my way. He keeps bringing me peace, purpose every day.
What's going on, everybody? Back again here for Rolling Out Peace and Purpose. Your host, Malik Brown, of course. Here at Peace and Purpose, we always talk to the people making music in the spiritual realm, giving us what we need at any time in our lives. And today, I'm with no other than the wonderful, talented Jekayln Carr. Jekayln, how are you doing today?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you so much, of course, for coming on, taking the time out to speak with us. Good, a great 2023 for you. I mean, you've been doing a lot of stuff. You've been on the movie screens and of course, music and things. But we're here, of course, to talk about October 20th. October
Yes.
20th. Self-titled album Jekayln is coming in 8 days. Jekayln, how are you feeling?
I am excited. It has been 4 years since I've recorded an album, and to be able to put out this album, I think is so many feels that I'm feeling because it is time. And I will say within that 4 year time period, God literally had me in a place of understanding or broadening my reach and my sound, because you have some people that he may use in country gospel, jazz gospel, hip hop gospel, whatever. The thing about it is the message is the same. And so with this album, you're going to hear a few different styles that are different from what I'm used to or what you're used to hearing me sing. But one thing about it, God, is like you can't allow what you've already done to, hold you to that place or, sing or make you feel like that's all you have. No, there's more in you. And I want the world to see that. And so that's what you're going to get through the album Jekayln. And we're going to go to Jamaica now, you know what I'm saying? While I go on. Yes, and we got gospel hip hop, just so many things, so, different styles or whatever. But again, the substance is still there, the message is still there, and of course, I made this album a collaborative album, so I'm collaborating a lot in this.
Love that so much. You talk about, it's been 4 years, 4 long years. Of course, a lot has happened in just what these 2, 3 years, honestly.
Yes.
But what did you learn about yourself in these 4 years? Of course, you talk about the message is still the same, but it seems like you have some different sounds. I hear some things that some new things that we may not have heard from Jekayln.
Yeah.
What did you learn about yourself in these 4 years? Coming up to now?
I learned to not be afraid to grow. Every season of my life does not look the same.
Uh-huh.
And don't allow even people to hold myself to a place where I was if I'm not there anymore, and a lot of times it's not that the foundation isn't there, it's just that God is just opening up even more to reach more people, because even my reach is not the same, my platform is not the same, my influence is not the same as it was when I released my album 4 years ago.
Right.
And so with that being said, I have new people, and I want to win even more people over. And so I just learned to just open myself up to that and allow God to use me in this place that he has me in, and to do it in confidence, not be afraid. It's there. And at the end of the day, again, the message is going to hit who it needs to hit.
Definitely. I always hear, everybody their self-named titles. They're usually those albums that are just they're the big ones. I ain't gonna lie, they the big ones. They the big ones when you got your name.
I've been literally getting that for the past few weeks. I'm like, listen. I am definitely not closed off to it, but I do believe that this album is different. It hits differently. And I just feel it's gonna do great things.
You told us it's a collaborative album. Tell us about, everybody who you collab with on this album, and what makes it special.
So I collabed with A few different of gospel greats. Let's start with the very first collab. I think that's Song of Thanksgiving, and that's Fern Wells and Kiera Shear Kelly. Of course, we all know that I'm an encourager, I'm a pusher. However, I wanted at least one song of this album where we just turn around and we give God thanks. I do believe that one of the biggest things that can help you acquire bigger victories is bigger gratitude. And so I heard their two voices on the song, hit them up, and they was like, of course. And then you have You Carried Me. I'm featuring Tasha Cobbs, Leonard, and Blanca on there. A celebration, Pastor Mike Jr., Mike Teasy, Kirk Franklin, My Always, Papa Son, Tim Bowman Jr., and I feel like I'm missing somebody. But yes, it's a collaborative album, and I was just so happy to be able to collaborate with people of my genre, you know what I mean, and embrace us. And because I feel that when we come together, we make beautiful masterpieces.
Love that so much. Of course, one of the songs on there, I believe God. Early in your career, told us greater is coming. Then you told us, we'll win through anything. Now you're telling us, you believe God. What is the message with this song? I believe God.
I believe God is to basically encourage people that despite what you see, what you hear, what you feel, it doesn't change what God has said concerning you. And I know that a lot of times you hear keep the faith, keep moving, keep fighting, but then there's a moment in your life where it's like I'm fighting, but nothing is happening. You know what I'm saying? You have to be honest with yourself. But listen, God never told us that we ain't got to have a moment. We're human, you know. Even Jesus wept. You're human. At the end of the day, you got to always circle back to what he said. You have to always circle back to what he showed you, what he promised you, and know that whether it happens today, next week, next month, next year, he's going to come through. All he asks us to do is to believe him, and he'll take you from there.
You love that. Jekayln, you have accomplished a lot at a young age. And I mean, greatest come you dropped that when you were 16, right? 16.
Yeah, I was 14 actually, about to
14.
be 15. Yeah. Mm.
So, just talking about that and how far, I mean, when you first started, I mean, a typical what, 13, 14-year-old, we
Yeah.
worried about, what are we going to eat for dinner today? Or oh my God, my grades. It just seems like you're in a different spirit with your spirit at such a young age. Where did that come from?
I knew from a very young age this was what I was called to do. This is what I wanted to do. I started singing at the age of 5 years old. Actually, a little bit before that, but I guess official at 5. Um, and it's just has always been in me. And I like literally, I always tell people you can't control when God chooses to press the start button. You know what I'm saying? Concerning your elevation and what he wants to do in your life. And he did that for me at a very young age. At the age of 13, I started speaking. Then about a year and a half later, I released Greater is Coming, and things just took off even more from there. And I just been going strong ever since then.
What's that message that you want to give to those young spiritual leaders out there? Maybe still trying to find themselves, or trying to really, be engulfed in the spirit of God. Well, what is that message that you want to give to those young spiritual leaders?
I think that it's very important that you know what you're supposed to do, what your journey is. We can look at someone else's and be inspired, but just because you're inspired, that doesn't mean that's what God wants for you. Maybe it's just to motivate you, you know what I'm saying? To push you, to let you know you can do it. And so I encourage you to make sure that you know what your route is. How do you find that out? You seek God concerning it because he's the writer of your destiny. You know what I mean? And he knows he's never going to ask you to use anything that he didn't place in you. And so if God is telling you this is what I want you to do, it's there. All you have to do is activate it. And the biggest thing I want to encourage you to do is stay connected to the right people. Um, I think that's self-explanatory, but you got to understand that you want to be around people that love you enough to push you towards destiny, because the Bible says the thief cometh not before to steal, to kill, and to destroy. The enemy, all he wants is for you to not be who you were created to be. But you have to make the choice, and no one said it's easy. No one said it's easy, but at the end of the day, you have to make the choice to say, you know what? I'd rather connect myself to the right people, people that hold me accountable, people that push me towards destiny, than for me to be with somebody who's a threat to my destiny and I never reach where I'm supposed to reach in life. So that's what I would say.
You know, you talked about earlier about the collabs that you have on the album. One of them you said Kirk Franklin. Of course, Kirk just dropped Father's Day, his album. And just saw him in Atlanta. He just did a performance at New Birth. Just how has he been able to help your career? I mean, Kirk has been around for a long time. He's making music for the young people, you know, of course, the elderly, kind of all age groups. Just how has he been able to kind of help you through your journey?
Kirk has been very, very great. A lot of people love him. I mean, he is such this fireball and ball of energy. To know that he's been doing it for a very long time, but he still has that same energy. I think is very beautiful, and that there alone is very inspirational. I always tell people all the time when I look at legends, I always be like, you know what, God, I want this type of longevity. Um, because I want to do it for and do it effectively for as long as you have me on earth to do so. But I think that's just one of the biggest things. He's been very helpful to a lot of people, and mostly just being himself.
So, like I said, you know, early this year, of course, Praise This released, and you know, you were on the movie screen, of course. Just how was that experience? You know, being able to work with, you know, the Chloe Baileys, the Drewskis, Desi Banks, the comedians, and you know, but still being able to, you know, show praise in this film. How was that experience?
It was great. It was, so anyone who knows me knows that my favorite movie is Sister Act. Both of them, but I guess I'll choose Sister Act too. If I had to make a choice. Um, but it was almost like doing a sister act, and doing it with such an amazing cast was even better. Like we're literally still friends, and like I feel like I gained more family. We text each other, call each other all the time. I was just in California, and because I had to do a concert, they came to see me there. But it's just always great when you can do things like that with great people. And so we had fun. Never a dull moment, I can tell you that. And I did get a lot of people telling me how Kiki, which is the character that I played, was their favorite character. It was just good. And this really had it gave people the opportunity to see my personality, because I'm always in go mode. Like I take what I do seriously, but they don't know. I love to laugh. And so that's what this movie, that's what it did as well.
Is the spirit pulling you to do anything else new in this realm of your life, in this era of your life, Jekayln? What's next for you?
It's a lot of things. And to be honest with you, I can't really say. I always leave like a blank sheet so that the Lord can write what he wants, because that's what he been doing. I mean, and he's been doing a very great job. So we're just gonna keep doing that. But I do know, of course, I will continue to just know I will continue to um, live my life according to the way he wrote it for me. My ultimate goal is to make sure people see Jesus in everything that I do. They get a different revelation of Jesus in everything that I do, and they're being drawn to Jesus in everything that I do.
You know, if anybody follows you on Instagram, they know that you have a fashion style that is out of this world. Please give us the tips. Where do you get the fashion inspiration from?
It really depends. It depends on like certain events that I do or whatever. But a lot of times, you guys, I just be like piecing stuff together. I'm like, this will look good. And I take options too. And then I weigh my options out or whatever when I'm traveling and stuff like that. But when I do like award shows and all of that, like I I try to do my best and to represent the Lord well. But like most of the time I have a theme or whatever when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. It's very random for me when it comes to certain things, but I do know that I like what I like. And I feel so much better when I'm wearing what I like.
That's all that matters. If you love it, you love it.
Yes.
Look, Jekayln, wrapping it up, what do you want people to take away from this album in 8 days? What do you want people to really take away and kind of really just breathe in and take in?
I want you, like for example, you have God of War, which is the first song that they were able to get up on pre-order and pre-sale. You have Yahweh has been good. You have Celebration, all these different songs that I feel that this album is an album of helping you to understand. It's been a long time coming, but you are about to see that everything that you fought for, everything that you pushed through, it was worth it. You are about to stand on the mountain of victory and declare your testimony. And that's what I want people to take away from this song. Why? Because God is endorsing this next move, this next opportunity, these next healings, breakthrough, everything that you have been waiting on. God is pushing this thing through for you because this is what He wants for you. And that's what I want you to take from this album. It is your time for celebration. I can't stress that enough. It is your time for celebration. So get ready for it. Don't allow the enemy to rob you of it. Keep pushing and know that this is the heart of the Lord concerning you.
Love that so much. Jekayln, is there a way that we can get a little bit of I believe God before we go? I'm on a limb. Can we
Yes.
get something before we go?
Uh-huh. I believe God heals. I believe God makes a way. I believe God restores. I believe He opened doors. I believe He's the God of peace. And I believe He's my everything. Oh, I believe God.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jekayln Carr.
Thank you.
Jekayln, thank you so much for coming on. Speak with us about this upcoming album, everything that you're doing. We appreciate you hurling out. We're here supporting you. Before we go, let the people know where they can find you on social media, where they can find the album, where they can find
Yes.
anything you're coming up doing next.
Yes, you can find me. I made it very easy for you all. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. It's all under my name at Jekayln Carr, JeKaylynCarr with the blue check mark. How do you know it's me? If it doesn't have the blue check mark, family, it's not me. All right. The music is any and everywhere. Excuse me, you get your music from, you stream your music from Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, all that. It's there. And I just want to say in advance, thank you all so much for rocking with me my entire journey. Thank you for not pressuring me in these 4 years and for waiting. And your response so far has been amazing. So thank you all. And I appreciate all of the tags and all that stuff because it really means a lot to me.
Well, look, we appreciate you and we thank you so much. Again, Jekayln, we're here supporting you and keep doing great things.
Thank you so much. And thank you for your support as well.
Always, always. Thank you, everybody, for checking us out. This is Rolling Out. Peace and Purpose. Your host, Malik Brown, my special guest, Jekayln Carr, and we are